Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Just Said Why I'm playing Final Fantasy XIV. Last episode we did even more Alexander, and today we're gonna go and maybe normally finish it, depending on how much story there still is. I have no idea. Adventure, you come at an opportune moment. It would seem we have a visitor. I was spacing out, thinking about round rocks, when something in the shadows drew my eye. I caught only a brief glimpse, but it bore an uncanny resemblance to Quick Things, his constant companion. Shinoa, was it? If the girl's here, there's a good chance the Illuminati keepers are close by. We'd best track her down and quickly. Follow me. Just as I thought, it is Shinoa. Or is it? One girl kitten looks much the same as another, and she doesn't seem to have brought any of her friends. Over there. Uplander, what are all these snap crashings in? Score? An Illuminati spy, sent by Quick Things to observe our movements. Like as not. Given the sizable disadvantage at which we find ourselves, we thought it best to retrieve him, or relieve him of duty. He spent his final moments babbling about all the Illuminati's deranged schemes, claimed that once the final core was activated and Alexander fully operational, the fortress would gain the power to travel through time, taking them along with it. He seemed quite convinced that Quick Things was a prophet of sorts, a traveler from the future come to the present to return history to its proper state. Aye, and that's not the half of it. According to him, the battle of history has already been won, and not by us. For the future is writ in the Enigma Codex, and we but play out our roles in it. Quick Things, a traveler from the future? That would certainly explain how he was able to anticipate our every move, but could it be he has already conquered the world of tomorrow? Have all our efforts been in vain? Bah, tongue flaps of crazed Illuminati make brain case hurt. Backricks would speak of different subject. What brings Uplanders back to shortstop? Having settled upon a plan of action, Sid and I were in the process of making our final preparations with Master Matoya, when this kitten scampered in, mewing as if to beckon us. We duty followed her, and she let us hear, much to the dismay of the fellow at our feet. I'm not one to look a gift girl in the mouth, but something about all this doesn't sit right with me. She's been at Quick Things' side, making that on his bloody head every step on the way, and now she decides to betray her keepers? If the cat could speak our tongue, I would have a question or two for her. Maybe even three. Can't believe I'm considering this. But then it wouldn't be the strangest thing I've heard today. You there, cat, you're Shinoa. Quick Things is familiar. Little familiar, aren't you? 2 mews for yeah, 1 for nay. Meow meow. Did you truly... Do you want to go home? Meow. 7 hells, I think the bloody furball might actually understand this. But that doesn't mean we can trust her. For all we know, she could be here to do her master's dirty work. A moment, Uplander. Tongue flaps of Roundrox come to Backrick's brain case. 3 years ago, when Roundrox found Codex Splinterstone, Roundrox says Black Curl Child is there, unlooking. Backrix thinks nothing of this then, but now... You mean to imply that Shinoa here was present when we attempted the summoning? I very much doubt that. If she were a kitten 3 years ago, she'd be a full-grown curl by now. Unless that is she took a shortcut through time, an implausible theory, I grant you, but one we cannot well dismiss in light of recent events. If true, it would raise a still more troubling possibility, that Roundrox's discovery of the Codex was no mere coincidence, but an event orchestrated by Quick Things to further his own ends. This just gets better and better. Look, whatever's going on here, we're not like to find out by standing around talking. We need to delve deeper into that fortress. And as luck would have it, Witch claims his latest invention will allow us to do just that, so I've sent him and Biggs on ahead to the Maker's Quarter to perform their final tests. Meet them there when you're ready. I'll join as soon as my own preparations are complete. Look at that cat. To travel back in time and set past wrongs to right. Who could resist such temptation? and how grievous the consequences of surrendering to it. For in allowing the past to consume us and making our every choice, our every action the correct one, would we not cease to live in the present and in turn lose sight of the future? It's a path not to redemption but to madness. Indeed. Well then, all fired up and ready to go, are we? Then I'd best hurry up and brief you on the task at hand. In a nutshell, we'll be attacking the Primal on two fronts. As we speak, your soul is leading an attempt to cut off the Primal source of ether. Our job, meanwhile, will be to head into the belly of the beast and rescue young Roundrox. Without her to review the Enigma Codex for him, the Illuminati won't be able to turn back time anymore, giving us a fighting chance to beating the bastards. The chief reckons that the shortest path is through the giant's great fat noggin, the only problem being that it's inside the barrier. Not to worry though, Wedge's latest wonder will take care of that. He's dubbed it the BBG-2, which he tells me is short for Barrier Begone. Of course, the barrier doesn't just serve to keep folks out, it also keeps the Primal in, that being why Mide and her mates raised the bleeding thing in the first place. So the moment it goes down, there'll be nothing to stop the Colossus from running rampant, if it doesn't mind to. Which means we're going to need to move fast, and Chief will take the Excelsior in as close as we can to Alexander's head, where you'll jump off and secure us away inside. Wasting no time, you'll then climb back aboard and Wedge will rearrange the barrier, all before our metal friend even knows what's happening. Got it? Good, because we've got our work cut out for us. Let's get going. So we unlock the Eyes of the Creator. Right. I will be right back. Alright, this one took a while. This one took a hot minute. Well, hot 22 minutes. Or maybe half an hour? I don't know. I didn't see the exact time. Alright, time to deactivate the barrier. Smoke is too thick, can't see a damn thing. We'll have to press on alone. The Eyes of the Creator. Right. Take steam upwards. Get yourself yaya yeeted. As we get here with this boy. The Faust Z. Who will, in general, just hit very hard. Panzer check too. Pretty hefty, rate-wide damaging attack. There we go. You have the cranial hack. You have this abomination of a freaking creature. People are, of course, already fighting it. So, the way that this fight works is that these power generators over here are going to wake up the ants that are lying on the floor, or the corpses of them. They're just like the bits. The idea is that you use the power generators to wake them up. They will follow the person who awoke them, and you're supposed to bring it over to a platform that is shining, because that platform will go into the lava. Now, we couldn't see the beginning of the fight, but in the beginning there were basically like bits laying around, and the boss collected them and turned them into an arm. So the idea is that we basically make it so that we put the parts that fall down into the lava, so that the guy cannot create more weapons, like more bits to him. It's called the refurbisher after all. There we go. Stockpile is the move that does that. And now we get disappear with scrap bursts. People would get marked and then drop a little rock, stand behind it, and you'll be fine. Otherwise, you will have to deal with taking some damage. I'm just gonna go this way because I don't want to get punched. The guy cleaves too with his punching attack, so. Our tank has died. That's a rip and a half. And okay, so one tank has died and the other has DC'd. And I died because I did the most amount of damage apparently. Me being a bard. It's intriguing to me considering the fact there's a Reaper in here, but whatever. And then we have this boy appearing. Whom normally the off tank is supposed to take. Just pull him off of the freaking off of the platform that is shining, is the idea. Because if he touches the lava while he's still alive, you will die. The entire raid will immediately wipe. Oh my god, don't do that. Okay, this should be fine. Well, unless if I get hit. I wasn't paying attention because normally this is not how it goes. This is horrible. And we're dead, yep. So yeah, that's what happens when the off-tank dies in this fight. Or, well, disappears in this particular example. Oh well, disconnecting can be a thing. I've had it happen to me too. It's a little bit unlucky from time to time. It's however quite annoying for this fight, considering the fact that we kind of need him. Still waiting on the bard. Well, the bard. This is already proving to be quite an interesting run. Yeah. We do need another tank. So anyway, how's the day going, y'all? I guess I'll be right back. We got ourselves a tank. However, I think that they are still outside, please. Look at him running. Here they come. Yes, there we go. Alright. So now I actually get to see the beginning of the fight where he stockpiles. So the mechanics are still the same. Kill the enemies and leave their corpses on the platform that will sink into the lava. That way we deprive our enemy of parts to arm himself with. Are the healers just ignoring that tank, or what's happening? Are they just not healing them? Because, like, Jesus Christ. Oh, somebody was, like, waiting for a benediction. Like, was trying to make the most use out of benediction. Well, took a risk, and the tank paid for it with their life. I keep forgetting to refresh my buffs. I like my debuffs with Bard. Which is intriguing since it's, you know, one of the biggest things that you do as a Bard. May I please? Target please, thank you. Let's stand behind the rocks this time. Better scrap in this case, I suppose. Should get scrap line. It's a hell to dodge when you're main tanking. And then we get the other one. The Full Metal Faust. Yes, Faust is the Full Metal Faust anime references. I mean, I like them. But it's kind of a little bit of this way, I would rather not to get punched. I had that happen earlier. Would rather not have that happen again. Please, please, either kill him or pull him. Okay, sure, whatever. That was risky, but sure, whatever. It worked. I was totally not scared. Let me go and clinch like we did, please. Why not? I wasn't even paying attention to the scrap line again. Not the scrap line, but the thing of the with concussion. And he's done. That took a lot more work than it should have. Well, whatever. Not everybody knows the fights. Just in general. and other stuff. Also, DC can kind of screw up a lot of different things. Fine work, old friend. Thanks to you, we have our way in. Stay where you are, we're coming. But first, now that you're clear, we had best get that barrier back up before the big fellow gets restless. Wedge, ready to BBG2. And activate on my, and reactivate the barrier on my mark. Mark. How convenient. Excellent timing, Yusola. Lynn has done it. We have a clear path into the heart of the beast. Good. 'Tis a relief to hear at least one side of the operation proceeded according to plan. The same may not be said of the other. Our efforts to cut off the primal source of ether proved wholly ineffective. Quite why I cannot say, though I am hopeful that one among us can. What, Mide? On the basis that she summoned the damn thing, you mean? I think you'd better explain. Like all primals, Alexander constantly draws ether from its surroundings, both to sustain itself and to gain in strength. Master Matoya and I believed we could disrupt, or at the very least inhibit this process by means of Arcanima. By creating a vast impassable etheric membrane between the primal and the land from which it drinks, aye. Which is why the old witch had me place infernal devices of her in every nook and cranny of this place. Are you telling me they don't work? Yes and no. As far as we can tell, the Arcanima are functioning precisely as intended. And yet for reasons we have been unable to ascertain, they have had no measure of effect on the primal. Alright, I'll put it Mide. If there's anything you haven't told us, we need to hear it now. We are running out of options. I fear it will not avail us, but very well. It all began with a curious encounter in my younger days. I was out playing on my own one day when a stranger appeared before me. He told me anything my heart wished for could be mine, if I but heeded his words. In my youth, I did not fully comprehend what that man was proposing at the time. Nevertheless, his words seemed to burn themselves into my very soul. Reunite the scattered shards of the Enigma Codex, he said, and perform the sacred rite before the ruins that yet stand strong against the river flow. Then, and only then, shall your hopes and dreams become reality. With that he handed me a relic, a horn with a tip of metal, which seemed so foreign as to hail from another world. It would serve as a catalyst for the summoning, he explained. A gift from your friend Travanchet. And then he was gone. Travanchet? I know the man. Our paths crossed during my time in Limsa. In the days before the calamity, I might have guessed that the Ashians had a hand in this. The horn of which you speak was once rumored to reside on Seal Rock. It is a lost relic of the ancients with the power to manipulate the etheric energy in the very air around us. The Scions have long pursued the horn, fearing the devastation that might ensue were an artifact of such power to fall into the wrong hands. Finally, I do begin to see. If I have the right of it, Alexander's third core is using the horn to draw ether from far and wide. To still wonder, our plan failed. Even without moving an Ilm, the primal possesses the means to drain not just this land of ether, but our very star. Then our course is clear. If the old witch's magics won't avail us, we shall have to get inside and dismantle the core the old-fashioned way. Indeed, and yet we must be wary. We have seen the course of time reversed once before. We may well see it again. Even should we succeed in destroying our target, there is naught to prevent the Illuminati from simply returning the stricken core to its previous state. Aye, they are free to turn back the clock again and again, the primal growing stronger all the while. So what do we do then? We can't just give up. No, we press on. Lest we forget, controlling Alexander requires the Codex. And the Codex is but a useless piece of stone without the mind of the Gobby girl. If you can rescue your round rocks, quick things will have no way to flip the hourglass. Circle of Knowing once tasked me with recovering the horn. and was through mine own negligence that Travanche acquired it. That it now endangers our world is my responsibility. Even were I not a scion, I should do all in my power to make amends. Whatever assistance I can offer, it is yours. Then it begins. I'll send word to our friends in Ilshar. Biggs, Wedge, ready the Excelsior. Lynn, prepare for departure. Let Operation Rescue Roundrocks commence. Seven else. It wasn't through that. It wasn't enough that those Illuminati lunatics had a bleeding time machine, was it? No, it had to be a time machine with the power to destroy the whole bleeding world. I mean, I'm used to the future of yours being at stake, but this is the future, past, and present all rolled into one. We have to get Roundrocks out of there before those gobbies can put any more of their crazy schemes in motion. Speaking of gobbies, have you talked to old Backricks lately? Turns out the kitten you met wasn't Shinoa after all, just a doppelganger. He's already taken the little furball back to the shortstop and given it a name. Shrewdigger, or Dinger, or however you pronounce it. Anyway, I'd best be heading back. That way myself. See you there, Lynn. Ready to head back into the belly of the beast, Lynn? Alright, let's get this rescue mission off the ground. First, some good news. While the barrier was down, we were able to get our first good look inside Alexander's innards. Far as we can tell, Roundrocks is being held captive in what seems to be the central control chamber of the whole Colossus, called, helpfully, the Central Control. As to how we reach it, do you remember when you infiltrated Midas? There was that cavernous room with a dirty great city in it. Aye, well, we've spotted one of those floating platforms which goes back and forth between there and the place we need to get to. The quickest route to the city is straight through the Giant's Head. You'll go in through the hatch you opened for us last time, take care of any guards, and secure the platform I mentioned. Meanwhile, the Chief and the others will be making their way to you via Midas, after setting out in advance to sweep the place for any nasty surprises. Once you've all rendezvoused, it'll be time to storm the control room, while me and Wedge stage a little diversion. Get all that? Good. Let's crack some Illuminati skulls. That we shall. And I will be right back. Man, finding people for these final ones is really proving to be quite difficult. Anyway, the breath of the creator. Similar area, just a different little pathway in it. And for me to use my ultimate magic gun. Okay. Gotta follow the rails. These rails are so cool. What a jam. Alright. Good old lane brick strike blocks. He can do a lot of different things. If you stand in the lightning, of course, you will take damage. Also, people are constantly standing on the traps, so you can activate the traps yourself if you stand on them. It's this one and that one, like all the these three markers over here. Sometimes he will jump on them. But now he jumped on the one that's going to drop iron balls. He'll drop iron balls on all three switches, so you should avoid that. This one over here will send spikes across this way and this way, which you will see happening right now. And then the final one over there is going to create spikes everywhere, which will result in you basically only being safe on the traps itself. And this thing will knock you back and eventually kill you too. If you're not careful while a strike block is shooting you with other stuffs. This is Gunblade basically. Is God Rush, Rush God, which is a Tangus. Somebody stood in a trap again. Single charge, that's going to be close by. Seem to be away from him. People keep pressing the traps. Ah, oh, pain. Anyway, single charge is just close by. You can see it with the symbol above its head. If it's green and kind of like a donut, then it's a donut attack. If it's red with like a triangle, I think, then it's a proximity, like a close by AoE. And then these freaking things. Just try to stand in the place where they're not gonna go. So not a press. Look, I think the reason why the button is being pressed is because the boss is like standing over the button. I think the boss is like the boss can also just activate them by just touching them, even without, like even before he would actually go out of his way to activate the trap. Someone over there. He's also gonna do another one, which is the balls. But whatever, that's fine. Rip, mate. I guess I get all of the treasure. Excellent work, old friend. The platform is our shortcut to the heart of the machine. Awesome squad on our front, so 7 hills we got company. Ah, there you are then. We were met by a small welcoming party, but it was nothing we couldn't handle. Biggs and Wedge just contacted me as well. They're headed here as we speak. Round rocks. So this is the Enigma Codex. That must be the third and final core. 12 have mercy, if you could but see the volume of ether issuing from it. Yes, much swirly bright time wings can spread. Travel to overtimes. Make bad things good again. Could it be? Do we truly have the power to change the past? I could erase my mistakes. I could see him again. 3 years ago, Midday lost Tier 1. Midday wants Tier 1 back, yes? Randrux helps Midday. Randrux, no, you must save your strength. Midday worries too much. Randrux is strong, Gobby. Uplanders hold on to brain cases. Time rings spread. Seven hells to the girl gone mad? Stop this, Randrux. Randrux, stop, I say. Biggs, where are we, and why is everything spinning? Biggs, watch, can you hear me? Randrux has engaged Alexander's time distortion mechanism. We're hurtling into the past. Wait, what? Vegas, over here. You're not going to believe this. Huh? What's Mida doing down there with us? Hold on, they're performing a summoning ritual. Bugger me, we really are in the past. What, 7 hells? Someone's taking control of the Colossus. Hold tight, I think it's about to go berserk. Damn it all. This isn't right. We must abort the summoning. Quickly, Midday, to seal. What is metal making kitten doing? Timmy are back in our own time. Past is made right, and we return to now times. Treasure hunters' friends die, as it is writ, as it must be. Uplanders served quick things well today. Uplanders are not grasping meaning. Quick things breaks into bitty pieces, fit in Uplanders' tiny brain cases. Time is flat round shape. All things Uplanders and Gobbies did are doing, and will do. Doings happening over and over and over again, for all times. So when Beda and her friends attempted to summon Alexander 3 years ago, what they actually saw was us traveling back in time, but that's madness. Time is an endless circle? My failure, my pain, my suffering was all doomed to unfold like this from the very beginning? Let us away quickly. Mide, must hurry. No, nothing remains for me out there. My future, my past, my reasons for being. It all ended before it even began. Oh. Chief, Hirstola and Roundrock's Scots have been so bloody glad. I've never been so bloody glad to see you. I thought we'd never make it back in one. Wait, where's Mide? Mide stays behind in Giant of Whirlycocks, all because of Roundrocks. Roundrocks must go back to Giant of Whirlycocks to save Mide. You leave that to us, child. Wedge, get Jessie on that link pearl and tell her to bring the Excelsior around. Though I don't care for the answer, we finally know the truth behind the events of that day, 3 years past. The Illuminati masterminded the massacre, and, through some ungodly trick of time, it was us that brought them there to do the deed. And what about Mide? The only thing keeping her going was the hope that her bow's soul, that's an interesting way to say it, lived on in the machine, but seeing what happened to the poor bastard. Aye, we witnessed the truth with our own eyes, sucked into the core of the Colossus to sate the primal's appetite. If aught remains of him, it is no more than heat and light. Right, I will be right back. Alright, I'm back. Hello, Biggs. Quick thing says the future's already rid, eh? That we're fighting a losing battle? Well, we've got a thing or two to say about that, don't we, Lynn? Roundrocks is safe with us, which means the Illuminati won't be turning back time on us anymore. And that's not all. Thanks to your efforts, we've got ourselves a straight path to the third and final core. Aye, the very heart of the Colossus. Put it out of action, and the whole thing will grind to a halt. Let's go, then. We'll show the Illuminati that the future is yet to be decided. And save Mide while we're at it. Oh, hiccups. And then we unlock the heart of the creator. I will be right back again. Another half an hour later. It's ridiculous, man, jeez. It's just a little bit crazy. It's bloody crazy, innit? Meanwhile, my cat has left me alone the entire time. I was just waiting here, and now she's like, I need your attention. No. You shall not get it. Live recording. I will try to deny it in any case. This one is quite an interesting one. And a pretty well known one, I would say. In any case, the music of the boss is. Great. Actuator. Time for more black mage action. And I'm not alone again. Throwing Flames is a donut attack, by the way. No? Oh, I thought it was a donut attack. I guess I was thinking of something else then. We're just going to swap to ice because his enemy's almost dead anyway. Yep, 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 yep. You know, almost every single duty I've been doing, I've had at least somebody else play the, like at least one other person play the same class as me, the same job, which intrigues me. Let me say it like that. Why would you do such a thing? You fucking... Two black mages in the party proceeds to grab the enemies and then pull them to different, like, and pull them farther away so we can't finish our casts. Of course they would immediately pull. I love this song. Anyway, say hello to the Cruise Chaser. He can have attacks where he will either attack with an AoE on his left side or in his right side. Other than that, at some point he will summon his buddy, Ed. God dang it, did I really just... A little too early. We're swapping back to fire. Optical sights. Ah, shit. I'm gonna swap to ice and get my full FP back. Now we have this move. That over there is like a reverse stack, basically. It means that that character that is targeted will do proximity-based damage. This thing has nothing to do with that, by the way. You're just gonna self-detonate right now, even. Oh, it just does radar damage, okay. I thought it did proximity damage, but... Once again, my knowledge of these fights is much less involved as the other ones. Let's jump into the open ducts, press just a right click on it, and then we have an active time maneuver. Anybody who doesn't get up, like this unfortunate fellow, will die. So the first like example of this, so it's not bad. But would I just press eject, otherwise you will be dropped into the AoE. Eternal Darkness, which means that we will take damage over time for basically the entire rest of the fight. Like laser sword right there. Ah, I forgot to do the other thing. And then Limit Cut, which is quite something indeed. He is also invincible right now and can only be hit with in the plasma shield from the front. So my ley lines are useless right now, unfortunately. I kind of knew they was going to do this, but at the same time. Some DPS loss is not horrible. Mind you, it's not good, but you know, that's neither here nor there, I suppose. Let me go and do this because it's gonna. I thought it was gonna disappear again, but no, I was wrong. I was badly wrong. Can I please? Okay. Managed to finish my cast. Ah. Didn't get to finish it now, though. And that's it. There's a lot more mechanics to this fight, but, you know. Once again, we won't really be seeing them because of the power creep. And time to fight for the loot. Fight for the trash. Like a bunch of freaking... What do we call them usually? Oh, don't remember the name. Damn it. Outstanding then. Another Illuminati creation reduced to scrap metal. I'll wager the mere sight of you is enough to send the Gabi scurrying back to the drawing board. There it is, the heart of the beast. Only now that I see it up close do I comprehend the true scale of the thing. To have reached this size in so short a space of time, the core must be taken in ether at a positively ungodly rate. I'd be willing to wager that it can regrow itself faster than we could ever hope to chip away at it. Which means we'll need to change tack. The central control room houses everything required to operate the Colossus. It's not inconceivable that it might offer us a way to regulate or even shut off the flow of ether to the core. Of course, any attempt to control Alexander is doomed to fail without the guidance of the Enigma Codex, and there's only one person alive who can access its secrets. But Chief, do you really need to drag the poor girl back there? What if she falls into Illuminati hands again? Uplanders waste tongue flaps. Quickthings has seen future. True future. Future? Future, yes, with fruit. It ends badly for Uplanders. Very, very badly. Uplanders think they just lazy walk into central control. Quickthings think not. All passages are sealed. All floaty boards disabled. Only way left open is here, through core chamber. And when Uplander come next, it will be Uplanders' end times. Quickthings has seen it. Bad Shinoa, stupid creature. There's something else, but I wasn't fast enough to read it. Oh wait, is it just me, or are you getting the feeling we've seen all of this before? It Watcher Book of Backrix. And look, writings end where Backrix leaves off, and Shinoa sent Watcher Book spinny falling from Backrix's fingers. What the? Do you mean to say the book Quickthings has been reading for all this time is your journal? The same journal that slipped from your hands when we traveled back in time? So that's how I was able to anticipate our every move. He's no prophet, just a god with delusions of grandeur and a diary from the future. So the guy is being in the future he was always going on about when it was writ was nothing but Backrix's recorded stuff he had already seen. Look at me, I've just had a thought. Oi, cat. Are you Schrodinger from the shortstop, or are you Quickthings' familiar Shinoa? Twice for yeah, was it, Chief? I bleeding knew it. She's both. After Schrodinger went tumbling down from the Colossus, and don't ask me how she survived the drop, Quickthings found her, took her in, and gave her a new name. So they're two cats, but also one at the same time. I'm setting aside for the moment the question of whether or not that even makes sense. What possessed that confounded cat, whatever you want to call her, to do all this in the first place? I swear, all she's done is made a right old mess of everything. No, witch. Taking out our frustrations on a mewling kitten won't get us any closer to dismantling the core. Getting back to the crux of the matter. Backwards, you said the journal ends right where you left off, yes? That it's nothing but blank pages from that point on? Do you hear it, everyone? Though quick things would have us believe otherwise, the future from here onwards, that is still to be written, and I'll be damned if we won't be the ones to write it. Once again, this will be an extended episode, because I'm going to finish this in this episode. Future book is gone, but no matter. All knowings of true times are safe up here, in Quick Things' brain case. Quick Things' chosen one. Mentor of history, truth is unchanging. True times choose Quick Things to do their bidding. True times send Shanoa into past to deliver to Quick Things' knowings of the future. True times live inside, guiding all of Quick Things' doing. Every tongue flap, every busy deal, every brain spark of Quick Things brings word closer and closer to perfection. Guides Illuminati to rightful place as rulers of New World Order. True times will not be unmade by ignorant uplanders. Quick Things needs no future book, no Gobby Quick Things needs nothing, and no one but him but own self. Future has chosen, and future chooses Quick Things. Yes, even now, power granted by True Times wells from Quick Things' fingertips. Power beyond understanding of Uplanders' feeble brain cases. Alexander, Overwatcher of True Times, deliver divine judgment on ignorant Uplanders and crush them out of existence for all times. Let me see if I've got this right. 3 years ago, the Quick Things of Back When found the journal that the back rigs have now dropped, which was only possible because we traveled into the past. Well, with time being a circle and all that. So, he had a look inside and, not knowing the truth of the matter, got it into his head that he was some sort of prophet chosen to set history straight, and that Shanoa, who miraculously delivered the book to him, was a messenger from the future sent to show him the way. That's all well and good, but the question remains, why did that bloody cat start all of this in the first place? What could she possibly stand to gain from setting in motion this ridiculously convoluted series of events? Another answer found, another question raised, eh, Lynn? Alright, Lynn, this is it. We still don't know exactly how we're going to disable the core, but we do know that our only chance is to get back to that central control room. We also know that there is only one way in, and that Quick Things isn't going to let us through without a fight. Now, we can be pretty sure he can't see the future, not anymore at least, and without Roundrocks to read the codex for him, he won't be turning back time on us either. But he's still a power-mad maniac with some of the deadliest machina in the realm at his disposal. And after losing that book of his, I'd wager his trigger fingers feeling pretty bleeding itchy. I would best be ready for a battle and a half. Muscle against metal, man against machine. God, I don't even know whether to laugh, cry, or soil myself. Mayhap all three. Ah, here comes the chief now. It's time to move out. Time moves on. Time moves on. Imperfect past giving way to perfect future. Worthy or unworthy of place in New World Order, Alexander will judge. Yes, all is as quick things foresees. Truth hammer of Alexander falls on uplanders. Ignorant and unworthy are not welcome in Illuminati future. Here, uplanders meet their end times. What freeze-time penalties have activated? No matter. Uplanders will be reduced to smolders. Fire! Seven health. Now that was a bit too close for comfort. Is everyone alright? Colossus inside the Colossus. Look, I don't know where that thing was, what that thing was, but I'm pretty damn sure I know where it went. Or accurately when. If I'm not mistaken, what we're looking at is a localized distortion of time. The only question is when our metal friend will reappear. Better not to wait, lest it catches unawares. Lynn, I need you to head into that distortion and dismantle that thing. We'll secure a path to central control while you do. Good luck. Alright. As we unlock the soul of the creator. I will be right back. Again. Haha. Ha 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 ha. Finally. So the final thing I have to queue up for a little bit again. It's a lot of work. Cat, go away. You ignore me the entire time. Record again and then it's just like, I want to be here. That is so cool. Alexander Prime. This guy has a sizable amount of mechanics to him too. He cleaves, so once again, you know, aim the boy away from the rest of the party. Mega Holy is a rank white at that matter. Punishing hit is a big old tank buster. Sacrament. He will shoot lasers in each side that these freaking triangles aim towards. So you have to kind of stay in the corners to avoid that. Blazing Scourge. Don't remember what that was. Does it just follow you? Or is it just a single hit? Just a single hit. Are you serious? I literally just summoned... I literally just went into fucking violent trance. Or Dread Room's head. Keep calling it violence there. Oh, trance. Whatever, I can still use some of it for this. The casual and usual ad phase. I think these ones don't move though. I was about to say, I'm not sure if I can finish my cast. Ah! Why would they do that? Alright. After dealing with them, we get Big Alexander. Really big Alexander. That's a big boy. Ready your body and soul for divine judgment. If to use a tank, I'll be 3. Otherwise, this will do a buttload of damage. And maybe even kill you. I have no idea. Crown of oil. Which gives him wings. And turns the fucking arena into a death. Temporal stasis. This is going to... So... This will be something. It's gonna stop time, so you have to kind of prepare yourself. People with like this on them are gonna get hit with random things like that. Then you have the people from the stack marker who also should prepare in advance because time is gonna get stopped. Also have the lasers to avoid. Another mega holy. Another punching heat. Another one of these. Fucking hell. I keep fucking up my slide casting with ffXIV. But I need to get the fuck away from here. I'm just gonna cast Time Gate. What, you're gonna go in there? Okay then. Hello? So now people will go and deal with ads in the engine room, basically, or the core room, where you can actually see Alexander preparing to blast the party. Like he did earlier in that cutscene. So we are actually the ones preventing him from doing that in this particular thing. It's a big time loop and it's crazy. Sacraments. Another mega holy. Another punishing here. Gravitational anomaly. Oh yeah, it is. And also the other little mechanics. I can barely hear the music, kind of. But, yeah. I was gonna summon Big Titan. Big Titan? Sure, no, Big Alexander. Okay. He will do his own little things. Namely these. I think it's gonna... Okay, yeah, it's a thing that chases you. Oh shit, need to join that. I hope that's enough. 3 people. Oh. It's a yikes. I have to keep moving too. Union. Union? More like reunion. God, I'm ffXIV reference. And with that, Alexander is defeated. You can also get a little minion if you are lucky enough with getting it. Wow. So, are you rolling? Or are you just gonna be a nuisance? Are you going to be, as your title suggests, an imperial nuisance? And you're just gonna outweight me? Because I can guarantee you I will stand here. And I'll be right back, because I feel like this person's gonna try to outweight me. They gave up. And I got the thing, because I rolled relatively high. Alright. You do not disappoint, old friend. The path to the control room is clear. Everyone follow me. The flow of ether to the core must be stopped. Pray lend us your strength one more time, child. When quick things winds back time, doing of Uplanders will be undone. History will be rewritten and the Illuminati will rule over New World Order. Ah, if you think you can take Roundrocks from us, you're welcome to try. Foolish Uplanders, knowings of the Enigma Codex are not known to just one. What in the damn thing's responding to him? Uplanders are slow-seeing. Quick things never needed gobbledygook from the beginning. When the final core is activated and Alexander fully awakens, its power will be such that it could entirely consume any who sought to control it. You were too craven to risk your own life, until you had no choice. Treasure Hunter? But Treasure Hunter is too slow coming. Future has chosen. You poor deluded fool. You never did work it out, did you? The future doesn't choose us. We choose the future. Now, child. So the knowledge in the Enigma Codex allowed you to disable the core. Blah, blah, blah. Power stores are depleting rapidly. Without a steady supply of ether, it's only a matter of time before the whole thing grinds to a halt and fades away. Ramdrox is glad to see Treasure Hunter safe, but how is Treasure Hunter sneaky hiding from Illuminati? I don't know. There was a great shaking and I was thrown from my feet into some dark, cramped place. Must have lost consciousness. Because I don't remember anything until a few moments ago. sounds to me like you had a nice nap in a rubbish chute. But what matters is that you're safe, and with that I think we can declare this operation a success. Escape from the control thing. Like this? To see my work here is done, let us take our leave. By the way, I know that I can talk to all these other NPCs that aren't like quest dialogue, but I already have to read so much that I have opted not to do that. Damn it all. Didn't we kill that bastard? Negative. Quick Things build a better built own body. Made stronger than ordinary Gabi. Quick Things is not unmade by simple flesh wound. Better built, the Seven Hells. It's not a mask, it's his face. He's more machina than goblin. O Alexander, Lord of Steel and worldly cogs, outspread wings of time, let ignorant and unworthy feel divine judgment. The Codex responds. It means to return to the past. Just tonight? What means this? Red glow. Alexander's refusing to obey his commands. Alexander, junk brain machine. Quick Things is chosen one. Tongue flaps of Quick Things must be obeyed. Sim Alexander was achieved with a simple flesh wound, could not. Quick Things is permanent deactivation. Quite how and why is less clear. If I didn't know better, I would say the machine had a mind of its own. Diane, my love. Could it really be you? You were in there all this time, weren't you? Watching over me, keeping me safe. Did it just blink twice? Bugger me. The machine's actually talking to her. So his soul really wasn't a primal all this time. Chief, is that even possible? The core, without the codex to bridle its power, it rages out of control. It drinks an ether like no primal I've ever known. We must stop it now, lest the origin be bled dry. Finally, I see. This is why you sent me to this place, isn't it, my love? I thank you for guiding me here, Lynn, and Roundrocks. Know that I shall always treasure the time we shared. Farewell, my friends. Mide, no! Mide must not go! My friends, leave this place. Leave now. Fear not, Alexander will trouble you no longer. My love, what is this place? How best to put it? We stand inside a mathematical simulation, calculated and projected by the device at the heart of the Colossus. One might equally say it is the dream that Alexander dreams. And what of our companions? Are they... Their fate was not mine to change, Mide. What I came to pass did so for a reason. History is as it was, as it should be, free of the paradoxes that spell its undoing. From this place, unfettered by the mortal constructs of time, Alexander looks upon past, present, and future, seeing infinite possibilities. I see what it sees and feel what it feels. His perfect machine, born from yearnings for an ideal world. Oh, if you could see the worlds we have seen. A world in which the Illuminati rule history with an iron fist, if a nation brought under their yoke. A world in which Alexander spread wide the wings of time and swept the lesser moon from the heavens, averting the calamity. Alexander dreamed of all the realities imaginable, all the realities mathematically computable, and in the end reached a single logical conclusion. It would change nothing, and erase itself from existence. But why? Alexander possesses the power to travel through time and space, and reshape history for the better. With such power comes at a great cost. The sheer quantity of ether consumed in the process means that Alexander itself would, mayhap not immediately, but inevitably bring ruin to this world. This perfect machine, this supreme manifestation of logic and science, deemed its own existence a threat. And so it chose to do nothing, to leave history untouched, and the future in the hands of man, with all his imperfections. Such was Alexander's divine judgment. A time will come when the fate of this world is placed in the hands of one warrior. For reasons hidden to me, the future from that day forth remains shrouded in mystery, beyond even the Colossus' ability to calculate. And yet Alexander chose to believe in that woman, and the light within her. I met that woman, my love. I believe in her too. There was but a single time Alexander was spurred to action, not to change history, but to preserve it. The summoning of the Colossus and the events that followed had potentially disastrous consequences for our reality. Its fabric strained to accommodate an infinite number of potential futures separated by nary a thread. Were the wings of time to fall into the hands of the Illuminati, the repercussions would be dire indeed. History would be rewritten over and over again, each time bleeding the land of ether, and in the end the Colossus would usher in another calamity. To prevent this tragedy, to preserve the circle of time as it had already been set in motion, Alexander sent forth a humble servant to do its bidding. A clockwork curl, an eternal child, to gently nudge history back into its proper path. And now but one task remains. Having become one with the horn, the core is well nigh indestructible. It would only regrow itself until it bled the world dry. And so we must heed Alexander's wish, and seal it away, far from the reach of man. A closed pocket of space-time, a fraction of an instance that will repeat in perpetuality for all eternity. That is where the core must go, and thus with it. Don't you see, my love? We are already there. And coming here to you, I have closed the circle of time. I'm all but certain of it. When I accepted the horn all those years ago, the man who gave it to me said that it had the power to grant any wish. And so, as I took it in hand, I prayed and prayed with every ounce of my will for the one true desire in my heart. To be with you, forever. Ronrox is back in Littleshire with the sheaf. With the sheaf? With that sheaf. Everyone's safe and sound, except for Mide. That is, poor lass always had a flair for the dramatic, but I think she'd throw herself into the core. It's odd though. Could have sworn I heard of her voice in there, saying that the Colossus would trouble us no more, or something of the sort. And for what it's worth, it has been sleeping like a baby since we got out. That's not the half of it. Take a closer look inside the barrier lid. It's like time is standing still. Buggered if I know what it all means, but I'd like to believe Mide and her love somehow sealed away the core for us. Softens the blow a bit, you know? As if the episode wasn't long enough already. Phew, I'm still not sure how we managed it, but I'm just happy to be out of that godforsaken place in one piece. Of course, it's a damn shame what happened to Mide. Hold on a moment, Lynn. She's what? Aye. Aye, Chief, leave it to us. Bloody Aslan, Randrock's gone missing. I'm worried sick about the poor lass ever since we got back. I mean, how would you feel if you saw your best friend throw herself into a running engine? I'll wager she's off somewhere the two of them used to frequent together. Wager now we'll have a look around here. Why don't you search the collector's quarter? Come on, let's find her before she gets herself into any more trouble. Oh, it is Uplander. What does Uplander come to this place? Randrox is sorry for worrying Uplander. Randrox just wants to go to a quiet place and do some back thinking. Running out of giant of whirlycocks, Randrox feels something rattling in pocket. So Randrox reaches in and cannot believe what she finds. Rattling thing is glowstone, Randrox's favorite treasure. But it is dark. Even with many tryings, glowstone does not glow for Randrox, not anymore. There you are, child. We were worried sick about you. Was that Lynn? You thought amiss? The codex no longer responds to her touch. Intriguing. If not entirely surprising, were I to guess, I would hazard that it's because this experiment has served to open her eyes. The Enigma Codex was born from one man's all-consuming pursuit of perfection. Its knowledge sealed off from any who harbored even a sliver of doubt as to the merits of the ideals it espoused. Quick things, Mide in her youth, Randrox, though their reasons might differ. Arrogance, youthful idealism, childish innocence. None thought to question the words within. And so the Codex opened itself to them. But now Randrox has seen with her own eyes what blind devotion to ideals can bring. And she is not the naive child she was before. Now, it's all well and good to dream of building something perfect, but sooner or later you have to stop dreaming and start doing. Hammering it together by your own hand, with your own blood, sweat and tears. In so doing, you are forced to confront your own failings and deal with your frustrations at the world's unfortunate habit of falling below expectations. Helse, there may even come a time when you just want to tear the whole bloody thing apart and start again. But, more often than not, you emerge from it all with something you can hold on to, and carry with you into the future. And that will do a damn sight more to you than any starry-eyed ideal. Randrox understand. Randrox will collect more and more junk. Build city of great treasures with own hands. Randrox has just one wish. Not glowing glow pieces, piece of Miday's dream. Randrox would give back to Miday. A noble wish, child, whatever we get granted, but I fear the steel giant and all that lies within the barrier is far beyond the reach of mortal hands. Frozen a single moment until the end of time. That's a fate I'd not wish on anyone. Meow. Well, look who it is. You have a real knack of turning up underfoot, don't you? I'm reminded of the apparent ease with which those little curls seem to slip in and out of the Colossus. Were it not for the small matter of time having stopped in there, I'd send her in with Randrox's glowstone without a moment's hesitation. Meow meow. 2 years? Might that suggest a willingness to try? Mew mew. Giving a stone to a cat in hopes of delivering it to 2 souls trapped in time. Now I think I've seen everything. Do you think those 2 will ever be free of that place? Mayhap one day, when the perfect future they sought to bring about becomes a reality. In that sense, one might even say their fate is in our hands. Leave to Randrox. Randrox works hard. Built sparkly shining future for Miday. Oh, more cutscenes. As shall we, child. And with that, Lyn, we must take our leave. For all you have done to stave off yet another primal threat, you have our gratitude. I contacted Biggs and Wedge to let them know that they can call off the search. Needless to say, they were relieved to hear that Randrox is safe. There was also a matter they were looking to discuss with you. They said they'd be waiting for you back at the shortstop. If you will be returning to the shortstop, I would ask a small favor of you as well. Pray deliver this volume to Backrix, and tell him I believe it is that which he seeks. Till next time, meet, Lyn. Alright. Now Randrox is safe at shortstop and Backrix is easy breathing. Outlander have thanks of Backrix. Outlander bring present for Backrix? Judging from the wear and tear of the parchment, this elegantly penned document entrusted to you by Y'shtola appears to be quite ancient. This is Sharlayan legend book from Y'shtola. Backrix has waited for legend book for a long time. Backrix has been reading about many things about Enigma Codex and blue-haired Uplander that writes it. Maybe these knowings will save Cobbyflux from Giant of Wordycox, thinks Backrix. Now Giant of Wordycox sleeps and Cobbyflux is safe, but still Backrix would fill Braincase with knowings. Fill pages of a Watcher book with data. Let Backrix see. Yes, it is just as Backrix. Ah, are Backrix's eyes playing tricks on him? Oi, you feeling alright there? You look like you've seen a ghost. Page tells fairy legend of Hotko tribe, Uplander of blue hair, many years ago in old times. 2 children, boy and girl. Outstep from belly of great steel giant. 2 children grow to man and woman, becoming father and mother of great people of Hotko. Names of 2 are Dian and Bide. Look at handwriting, even faces are same looking. Ye gads, if that's our Mide and Dian, why that means that one day they'll be freed from their fate, and reborn far in the past. So after searching for near an eternity, they finally found the perfect world they were searching for. It may be just a fairy tale, but I for one would like to believe it. A fairy tale goes on. 2 children step out of a steel giant holding small stone. Stone is dark when sitting on ground, but hold stone in hand and shiny lights. Glowstone of Randrox. Let me see if I have this straight. The codex fragment you gave to that girl a few moments ago now featured in a legend from ages past. That can't be possible. Can it? At this point, I'm about ready to believe in anything. But that reminds me, there was something I wanted to ask you then. Remember when we went into the core and almost got our arses fried by the Colossus inside the Colossus? Well, I felt the strangest sensation then, a feeling that chilled me to the bone. As if something terrible had happened that I couldn't for the life of me remember. I felt it too. So tell us, did you see anything when you were going in and out of time? Do you have any idea what happened to us while Quickthings was spinning the hands of the clock? I'm afraid I don't, because I didn't see it. You don't know? Well, excuse me if that doesn't exactly put my heart at ease. Would it have killed you to say, but of course, there's plenty of alternate realities, Wedge, and I can say without a silver that in none of them you and Biggs blasted to smithereens. Wedge, I know we were both thinking the words, but you didn't have to go and bleed and say it. Look, as far as I'm concerned, what Lynn doesn't know can't hurt us. So, why don't we just forget we ever asked? Anyway, it had seemed this long and thoroughly mind-boggling battle of ours has finally come to an end. Of course, there's still plenty of work to be done, but now that Quickthings is out of the picture, I've got high hopes that Randrox and her friends will one day build their shining kingdom of rubbish and refuse. Speaking of work, we'd better get back to it before the chief starts catches us chattering. Always a pleasure, Lynn. Till next time. And that, my friends, is the story of Alexander. This is a really good story. I like it. Once again, I didn't really do that much like of the reading originally, so... As we also, once we finish this, we get The Wings of Time as a title. And also a buttload of music scrolls. And I also got that minion, that's right. Let me just go and use these because it's satisfying to look at when you use all of these things. I also got an achievement for having a certain amount of orchestrion scrolls. There's another one. And this final one. Okay. Do I get anything for this achievement? Yes, I do. Get another scroll. Yes! Alright, my friends. Hope you enjoyed this episode of this exceedingly long episode of just us playing Final Fantasy XIV. And next episode, we are going to go and do the Hildebrand questline. But we will first go and take a look at what we can get with the little bits and bobs that we got from Alexander. Goodbye.